Hi guys, and welcome to the brand new series of Let's Talk. I'm Rebekah Devine, and coming up on the show we're going to talk to people about the British film industry. We're going to be discussing the representation of Black and Asian British life and the much underrepresented disabled community in British film.
No, I don't.
I don't really feel they are. I think there's been a lot of steps made, over the number of several years for them to be more inclusive. But I still think there's a long way to go still. I don't think they're at the moment anyway representative of society in general. I mean, it has improved, but I think there's still room for improvement.
I don't think all groups are represented in British film at the moment. I think there needs to be more representation.
I feel that it's very clear that white actors are the dominant and there's minorities, and they pop up here and there, but it's definitely not equal. I don't think it's equal enough. Obviously I can't speak on behalf of Black people, but I feel like on the behalf of Asians and others, it's not as dominant. Obviously you have big feature films like Get Out, which have massive Black actors, but I feel with Asian films, unless you're going to Bollywood or something, you're not going to find anyone there. And I feel with Asian roles as well, they're very stereotypical. You find a terrorist or the corner shop guy, but you're not going to find the lead role to be Asian. Yeah, that's what I think. From the Asian community, I can't really think of any on top of my head. One thing that I do like though is that a lot of rappers, they're some of them are transitioning into film. So you have Brotherhood, which had some rappers, and it was representing the culture that we live in. But I still don't feel it's close to being equal. And even if there's any films that do have minorities in it, you do find your white actor, the protagonist, to be saving the day or being really impactful, and it's just very annoying. There's always gonna be one person there, and it's just yeah.
I think the biggest film star I can think of, Black film star, is Idris Elba.
I know Idris Elba.
Well, I can't actually think of anything on the spot of anybody in particular, which is probably, obviously highlights the point that there isn't that many. I don't think there's any sort of big stars or anything that I can name from, the minority communities out there. I mean, I can think of a couple, but I don't think it's anyone that I would say, wow,
I would like to just see regular life from different families being represented on TV, not just rich and famous, but just regular life. I'm tired of seeing British programs with big houses and stuff like that, when most of London, that's not the reality.
I'd like to see people who, can relate to what's going on in the climate at this moment, because there are very few people who are, have this kind of problem with them, with Alzheimer's and things like that, or being disabled.
I feel once again with the Asian community, it would be nice to hear their voice and their view on London, because I feel we do have obviously the white voice and we do have a rise in the Black voice, but I don't feel Asians are doing enough. And I feel there's definitely a community there, but they're not being as strong as they should be. So it'd just be nice to hear their views and perspective on politics, what's going on, the problems, the good things, etc. Yeah, and that's it. Simple.
Well, being African American, we have shows like Insecure, and I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with, Black Panther that just came out, Wakanda for life. Well, I just think that pretty much we need more diversity in our industry, in the media, and that younger kids need to see people that look like them. They need to see a superhero that looks like them, that represents them, and that's more of what I want to see. I want to see a Filipino news anchor person and just more diversity overall. I think that we need that.
I think like a representation of you know, sort of ethnic minorities, you know, Black, Asian, Chinese, what they do day to day and that kind of thing, and maybe certain experiences that they go through which others might not go through. So I think more about, for example, you know, sort of discrimination, prejudice, that kind of thing. I think those kind of stories would be good to be highlighted, and maybe you know, sort of things to do with family issues that may be particular to ethnic minorities, certain groupings compared to other you know, sort of white Caucasians, for example. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I think those things in general. Yeah, but I think what I think would be really good is if you get to a point whereby, you know, you see someone from an ethnic minority on the screen, and you don't even have to highlight the fact that they're an ethnic minority because it's just normal. I think that would be like the best ideal place to get to, but we're not there yet. But, you know.
It's been such a beautiful day today. It's one of the 5 days is ever sunny in London, and I spoke to so many people. So thank you to everyone that interviewed and everyone that watched the show, and we'll be back on your screen soon.